Yo, guys, what's up? How y'all doing? We're gonna do our best today to not have the music volume cranked up, but when in Rome. Better too loud than too quiet. Anyway, thanks for joining us again, guys. Pretty spicy day again. How many days in a row is this? I don't even know. Ethereum, I guess for Ethereum, it's 2 days in a row. Blasting to new heights, reaching $1,653. Pretty much kind of what we were looking at yesterday. Charts are good. Things are looking good. Feeling good. Let's see. Things of interest going on. Michael Saylor. The Sayloring is happening, I believe, even right now. I think it's like currently going on even. Basically pitching. Yeah, it is. Basically pitching PowerPoint slides to, I believe it's over 1,500 CEOs live on, I don't know, YouTube. I don't even know where they're sharing it. I'm not a CEO. The only thing I'm a CEO is, I don't know, my own life maybe. But this is big news. This is big news. We haven't seen really any price response or immediate action there. That's kind of how these things go in crypto, though. Typically, as we say here, the largest or the most important pieces of news or happenings don't have immediate impacts. They're long-term macro impacts, and there's really no other way to look at that. Michael Saylor, for those who are not familiar, CEO of MicroStrategy, one of the early adopters of companies holding Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin as reserve, and they're on a mission. We were speculating this a while ago. Now we're seeing it play out. As more big players, such as companies, join our ranks, we are going to have those people lobby on our behalf, lobby on crypto's behalf. That's a good thing. He's pitching this to, I believe it is, it's over 1,500 CEOs of companies, none of which are currently in crypto or in Bitcoin right now. There's really no downside. They don't have it. The only possible outcome is either they don't care, so no change, or they decide to follow MicroStrategy's lead and pick up Bitcoin for themselves. That can lead to craziness in the market, absolutely. I believe MicroStrategy has, dog hair. I can't remember. I think it's 70,000 Bitcoin. Might be wrong. Feel free to correct me. That's quite a holding. It's quite a holding. Really only mirrored or matched by Grayscale. Grayscale holding a monstrous 660,000 Bitcoin, getting close to Satoshi level. I guess it's only 650,000 Bitcoin. My bad. A mere $23.2 billion worth. We've been looking at Grayscale a lot lately. I think it's a important signal or market lead here for us, and something we've watched over the last maybe week or so is Grayscale's premium. So I hadn't been paying attention that closely to the premium. Didn't really even give it thought, but I think it is something that we need to pay attention to now. What we saw is on the 29th of January, is that it? 29th? Let's put it on the daily. Let's see, that's a little better. Okay, yeah, 29th of January. Grayscale premium went the lowest I believe it's ever been. What is a Grayscale premium? Well, Grayscale is probably what a lot of people don't understand. Grayscale simply buys Bitcoin based on their clients' demands. So the threat of what if Grayscale dumps is not really a valid one in my opinion. Not really a valid one in my opinion because they're not buying or selling on the open market. They're buying off exchange and they're selling it to their clients. So they're not actually the ones selling. If their clients decide to sell it, it's being sold inside their platform to other clients. It's kind of a bubble. Bubble, everyone's favorite word lately. Those coins are essentially just removed from circulating supply or traded supply, and they're captured on Grayscale's platform. So it's not really a valid, I don't think it's a valid concern. I guess it is. It is, you know, you never know what'll happen. I guess there could be an outcome where they decide to sell it on the open market for some reason. It doesn't make sense to me logically. But the premium is the difference that their clients pay versus the spot price. So we've seen that premium over the last few months. We've seen it very high. So let's go back to it. We've seen it very high, peaking December 23rd. If you notice, not a bad time to be buying December 23rd. So there was a lot of demand there. We saw that premium actually trade down to negative, meaning their clients were paying less on platform than they would for spot. It's an interesting relationship. I'm definitely no expert, but what we've seen is when that premium reaches zero or approaches zero, that tends to be a time where we get some kind of bounce in price. I don't have an explanation. I've read a bunch of things. There's, you know, people have said that it's related to their clients' locking periods ending and them taking profit and then rebuying. I don't know. But the premium is important, and we're going to track this here going forward. Currently at 12%, meaning they're purchasing Bitcoin roughly $4,300 higher than right now, something like that. And what that really means is clients are able to sell at that premium on their platform and rebuy Bitcoin cheaper on spot exchange. That is bullish. It is always bullish when someone's willing to buy your asset higher than the market demands, provided there's enough liquidity. That's just a recipe for cranking price up. Yeah. So I guess huge shout out to Sailor, really going to bat for everyone here. It's a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. I'm interested to see what the remaining 25 days of the month will bring. After all these companies have been literally pitched by another company who has successfully demonstrated this works. Could be very exciting. So anyway, there's a little intro. We're done. Moving on. We'll get into the TA. I love Sailor. What's up, Corey B? You feel the same way? Joey Martinez, how you doing, man? JFR, any thoughts on Algo? Not at the moment. Right now, there's some things that are absolutely taking focus more than Algo right now. We're going to take a look at those today. Martin P, this is Superman. What's up, Vitaly? How you doing, brother? Been a long time. Good to see you. Jack Peltier, ADA. I saw, I think BitBoy just interviewed him, didn't he? Was it Charles Hoskins? I don't remember. I can't keep track of these names. Actually, speaking of BitBoy, which I just brought up, likely going to be on his channel again here soon in the next week or two. We're chatting about something. He said he wants me to come talk about Ethereum, maybe. Well, I'm no Ethereum expert. Probably just break down the chart. Maybe I'll have to do some homework, touch up on my Ethereum knowledge. We will see. What's up, Jack P, R Servi, Soptic Gush, Mr. Renee and False Flags. How you guys doing? Ultra Chaos, Steve, my boy. Sean H, I'm the chart truth. Oh, thank you, man. I mean, we just look at the charts. That's all we do. We don't spin them. We just look at them. Joshua Gonzalez, Losty. What's up, man? Who else is here? I think our brother Ja is relaxing today. We'll see. MS Mad Dog. What's up, man? Rico, the beautiful Mala. Let's see. Albert Einstein, my boy. All right, get some shout outs out of the way. Awesome to have everybody here. If you haven't yet, please smash that like button. We're at that point in the episode where we can start cranking up the likes. 400 watching, not bad for just starting out. It seems like we're in search. Things are looking good. Bitcoin's looking good. Ethereum's looking good. To be honest, the market's looking good. It really, I will give this, I'll give a shout out actually here. Never shouted him out before. I'll give a shout out to Benjamin Cohen, actually. I saw a thumbnail. I didn't watch this video. You guys never watch other people's videos. I don't have time. But I saw a thumbnail that said something about the 20-day moving average on Bitcoin and alts. And I will say, Benjamin Cohen, one of the only people who I've seen pretty consistently looking at the same things we're looking at. That's not common here. He doesn't seem to be like a Moon Doom guy. Seems to be doing some real analysis. If I had the time, I would check him out. But he was looking at the 20 MA. I know he was looking at the 20 weekly along with us. He was the only other YouTuber I heard talk about it back in September. So shout out to him, but interesting that others are watching this. Right here, the 2nd of February, we actually, if you're on Discord, I posted a little trade setup here, just under the 20 MA, or yeah, the 20 daily MA. And right about when we closed, probably a 4-hour candle above it, we saw the markets, we saw the crypto market regain some life, regain a little energy. We really did. Alt started moving. It's really the same time period where Ethereum started setting its sights on breaking its newly minted all-time high. We see that back here in February 2nd. Today's the 3rd, so that was yesterday. I have no sense of time. The only calendar that I abide by is the charts, man. I don't know. My sense of time is crap. And it's spicy. It really does. As soon as Bitcoin retook its 20 MA daily, stuff got turned on its head, it seems, in a good way. Let's see. Yep, yesterday we closed above it. So we don't have to go too in depth. Pretty much everything that we were looking at yesterday is still in play. That's why I have the same chart up. We don't usually do that. We were looking for the same climb we had seen continue. We didn't get a full back test of the 0.5 fib retrace at 35,250. Instead, the market sought higher prices, pushing up to the deep retrace 786 at 37,100. More importantly than even that, 36,642 retaken. This was daily resistance, or is daily resistance. And we see that when we look left over to January 18th and 19th, we see that we had candles trade above, settle at the 36.6 range. The next day, traded above again and sold off another time. And then we got this downward pressure towards the 50 daily moving average. So that is likely a daily resistance zone. Currently, we are trading above that, and what I would love to see today, really more than anything else, is to close a daily. Let's close the daily above 36,642. If we can do that, we turn this daily resistance into potential future support. And we do, as we discussed and looked at yesterday, we do set our sights on this weekly resistance, 38,100. We're making progress. We're making progress here. Bitcoin really changed its tune. It was looking a little bearish. We were talking about how closing candles under the 20 daily, you don't want to do that. That sets you up for testing the 50, losing the 50, etc. And retaking it. This chart's turned on its head. Now looking rather bullish. Rather bullish. And 2 days ago, I probably wouldn't have thought that. Let's...
Hey Tom, let's see a refresher on Cardano. I think RSI might make a new high.
Yo, Mr. Renee. Astronaut Renee. We can take a look at ADA there. Just as usual, want to get through kind of the basics because I don't ever circle back. That's the reason. So when we zoom out here, actually, I don't even like this one. I don't like it on the 1 hour. Let's get rid of that. Maybe the 4. When we zoom out and we take a look at this chart, just very, very basically, usually I am a OCD about my trend lines. I want them exactly on the values, but for now, let's just take kind of a noob look at this chart. We have a clear descending trend. That descending trend did break on the Elon Musk day. Sold off and back tested that trend. Now we have a beautiful looking cup going on. If we invert this chart, invert the chart. Always invert the chart when you're struggling to find something. That's just 101. When we invert the chart, we see some great potential. Some great potential. We already have a piece of it written here. So this is a little sloppy. but we have a head and shoulders. What we would expect to see is for price to continue, and again, this is inverted, so price would be rallying, not selling, continue to move before finding some kind of resistance, because this is, again, moving up. Then to sell off again, okay? Sell off again to back test that neckline. We saw this on, what did we see this on that was so clean? Oh, it was Bitcoin. It was just, yeah, it was Bitcoin. It was just on a smaller time frame. I do believe. Time frame were we looking at yesterday? Ah, yes. Okay. So this would be the zoomed out version. When you're looking at a head and shoulders or any fractal, what we would expect to see, it doesn't always play out this way, but what we would expect to see with fractals is a pattern. A fractal is a pattern made of smaller patterns, I guess down to infinity. You find them a lot in nature. But what we're looking at here, this is the 4 hour. When we zoom in, this would fit what we would look for with the fractal. We see, if we just look at the right shoulder, this is what we were looking at yesterday. We just look at the right shoulder, we actually have another head and shoulders. This is what we would want to see. We have the right shoulder, the head, the left shoulder, back test of the neckline before selling off. This is why we were confident yesterday that we were going to retake the 20, close above, and continue to the upside, because this is a clean pattern. Once you get that neckline back test, neckline right here in yellow, once you get that back test, you have a very high confidence position. Head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, some of the, maybe only, but some of the most consistent patterns, they tend to play the way that they should. However, I notice a lot, people love to identify head and shoulders. This is why I invert the chart, because I think people naturally, their eyes can catch head and shoulders, but they have trouble when it comes to inverted head and shoulders. Not sure why. That's why I invert it, because this is a lot harder for people to visualize, I think. The problem that most people make with the head and shoulders pattern is they will try to identify it before the right shoulder is completed. This pattern right here, this is not enough. This is where people try to identify them, like right about here. And they say, oh, it's a head and shoulders. It's not a head and shoulders until you break that neckline and back test it. This is the signal in the head and shoulders pattern, the back test holding. That is the signal to go long or short in the position. You don't typically open a trade on a head and shoulders before that back test. And if you do, I don't know why. I don't know what you're doing. So we have here, okay, this is just fractal and fractal and fractal potentially. So we have, this is what we just looked at. Circle it. And then we're looking for that to play out on a larger time frame, which it could be. We need to see 38, 6, 60, whatever, break, and then we need to see it back tested. And then we will have that small pattern reveal on a larger time frame. And then we can identify it as a fractal because we see a large pattern playing out on smaller and smaller time frames. I didn't even think about talking about that today. It just kind of happened. Little fractal lesson for everybody. Little fractal lesson. In a way, though, isn't this already? See, the only reason this wouldn't be a head and shoulders yet is I don't typically take necklines as diagonals. The right shoulder, right here, in this if this is the head, the right shoulder needs to trade lower than the left shoulder's pivot point. Right now we have that. This is also, I guess, the importance of a higher high in a market structure. This let us know that maybe we're looking at head and shoulders, but we're not going to have it on the larger time frame until we see a break and a back test. Would not surprise me at all to see that. It seems to be the direction it's going in. I guess I'll stop rambling about fractals. Fractals are a hard thing to teach. Here we are. Oh, yeah, this all started with just zooming out. So this looks great. It looked so crappy. It looked even crappier when the Elon Musk Day pump sold off. This was, I had flashbacks to October 2018 watching this. You get this awesome, almost single candle strong rally that just gets faded. And a lot of the time you'd be looking for lower lows there. After a sell-off like that, you'd be looking for lower lows. We didn't get them. The market scooped up price. Didn't really, didn't even let it return to this support zone here. Didn't even let it return to this area of high trading, high volume trading. That shows that bulls were defending. Actually, this exact point, I believe, is 34,450. There we go. Yep. Market bulls unwilling to allow price to trade lower. Had we traded below January 29th's sell-off before that pump, about 32,000, probably would have had a more bearish outlook. But the market defended it, pushed price back above the 20 moving average, and this, I remember where I was started from. This is the signal we got that really flipped everything, and we saw alts start to move, etc. I kind of just got lost in my ramblings there. Oh well. So things are looking much better. Much better. We do have the potential, I guess I can draw this way. Do you have the potential to be setting up a even larger head and shoulders? That would be great. And we will confirm that when we break the Musk pump day high at 38,664 and backtested preferably for a clean pattern. You don't always get so lucky, but if we see a backtest there, that will be a great signal to potentially go long. Absolutely. Let me see if anything's changed on our chart here. I don't really believe anything's changed since yesterday, though. Daily buying momentum. This is a positive sign as well. I do like to see that we didn't get just that single candle potential fake out MACD flip. We have a second candle now of increasing momentum on the daily. Confidence building. We can see that right here. There is 2 hours, 45 minutes till close, so that can always change. But at this moment, it's looking good. We don't have really any new divergence. We see RSI moving with price, mirroring price. We see a swing high, a higher low, and a higher high. Same thing on RSI. Exact same thing. So there's no divergence there. Reminder, no divergence, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. No divergence sounds bad, but it definitely isn't. It just means that there's no additional edge being given by divergence at the moment. Ichimoku. So this is another thing we were speculating, and I haven't looked at this. Good thing I did. We were speculating this. What was it? On the 1st. Man, time is flying. Like, and not flying, the opposite. Taking forever. I don't know. It seems like weeks ago we were talking about this, but it was actually 2 days ago. Okay. We got a cross down above the clouds on the daily. This is a weak bullish signal produced by Ichimoku cloud. Once price traded below, we saw it move back up. And as soon as I retook the TK, we were talking about how if price can push past 35.3, push past this purple line, the Kaijun, what we will see is another signal produced by Ichimoku cloud, and that will look like this. It will give us, as long as price remains above the Kaijun, and I think we may have to even put in a higher high, depends how long it takes, we will get another signal across up above the clouds, and this is the most bullish signal that Ichimoku cloud can give us.
Thank you, Tom, for the explanation of real head and shoulders patterns. So refreshing.
Thank you, Mr. Steve. Thank you for the 5, my friend. Yeah, it's something that I've heard a lot of people inaccurately identify, and what it is just feeds into their confirmation bias. So nothing wrong with identifying head and shoulders, nothing wrong with inverse head and shoulders. Just make sure you're not finding what you're looking for. That's not going to help you trade. Got distracted. Yeah. Cross up above the clouds. This is the strongest bullish indicator or signal that Ichimoku Cloud can give us. With momentum rising on the buying side, that's a solid, that would be a solid signal to get for sure. After testing the 50 MA, we have so many pieces of this recipe, so many ingredients, that this cross above the clouds, if we get it, is going to be a monstrous bullish signal. If we look back on this run, the last cross up even, it was below the cloud, was back in October 8th. We were actually looking for a breakout on October 7th. I'm still proud of that. Happened a day late. But this was under the cloud, and in Ichimoku, the position or the location of the cross relative to the cloud is very important. That is why we said this cross down was a very weak bearish signal, is because it's a cross down above the cloud. If this cross down was below the cloud, that would be a very strong bearish signal. This cross up below the cloud back in October is a very weak bullish signal, and look at what that did. Look at what a very weak bullish signal did. It brought us from 10,000 to 42. If we get this cross above the cloud here, I can only imagine what kind of buying pressure or what kind of bullish energy we will see Bitcoin exhibit. We have not had a cross above the cloud. I honestly, I don't even know when the last time was. Last time we had a cross above the cloud was June 2019 on the daily, right here at 8,800 before it ran virtually straight up to 20,000 over the course of 10 days. Before that, all the way back. Here, wait. I got my dates all mixed up. Last time we got it was actually in the 2019 rally. Man, where am I at today? Where's my head at? But it did, it rallied from 8,800 to 14 in 9 days. Put it that way. This is not a signal you get often. It takes a lot of trading, a lot of price action to get these signals. Because it's on the daily, it's a very slow moving signal here. But if we get that, or when we get that, because I think that's what's happening, it's going to get really spicy really fast. Alright, I've spent too much time on what I was doing. I need to just focus on some TA here, and then get back to Astronaut Renee's ADA request. I haven't forgotten, my friend. I haven't forgotten. Weekly in its current condition, still losing momentum. Nothing new there. RSI on the weekly, still showing bullish divergence between November's lows and the low of 18th of January here on the weekly. Still a bullish divergence. The weekly TK still holding, showing we are, at least on the weekly time scale, still in the bullish trend that we have been in. Can see we have not traded underneath it since we broke up above it in October. Look at them. This monthly is too fresh, too new to really give any weight to, but at this moment, momentum still showing it's increasing. Monthly suggesting, and this is a target I know a lot of you out there were looking for, or maybe still are, with good reason. I think there's plenty of justification to be looking at this level. Why do these labels keep turning on? Oh, plenty of justification to be looking at this level. Not only does it fit what we would expect to see in a bull run, and that being a 40% retracement. It's almost perfect. It also lines up with a lot of different things. The monthly here, TK, what this is suggesting is we could visit all the way down to 25.4 thousand and we would not slip out of trend. We would still be in the same trend we've been in since we got this cross up on the monthly back in October. This was the hugest signal. If you guys want an example of how powerful these signals can be, Ichimoku Cloud nailed this rally at the end of October. probably not even the end of October, probably as soon as it broke 13,864. These are powerful stuff. If we get this on the daily, that sets us up for a whole new level of fun. A weak cross under the cloud brought us up 300%. I can only imagine, can only wonder what this might do. And that same percent is getting really high up there, 150. Don't think it'll be straight up like that, but probably where I'll set my sights long term if we get that signal. So, QQ. Let's look at just look at the 12-hour and the 1 hour quick, and then we'll move on to the different stuffs. Not a lot going on there. 12-hour finally regaining buying momentum. This is pretty cool. We saw a long period of that momentum waning, and then in the last 36 hours picked back up. What I'd like to see here is our histogram on the 12-hour exceed the 29th of January's, and that will be a pretty sweet confirmation for continued upside. RSI on the 12-hour looks fine. I think actually the head and shoulders might be easier to see on RSI. There's a lot less noise. I'm sure a lot of people would identify that as a head and shoulders, though I would then argue it's not technically yet. See it break down. That's pretty visible. But no issues here. We see that the most recent RSI high on that Elon Musk day has not been eclipsed here. We have not pushed RSI above it yet on the 12-hour, and that's good because we haven't pushed above it in price yet. So all is well on the 12-hour, which is a really strange thing to say because the 12-hour has been a butt. Straight up, it's just been a butt for months. 4-hour. Zooming on in here to the 4-hour on Bitcoin. Momentum showing some signs of weakness. RSI good, similar to the 12-hour. Nothing really of worry. Let's see. There's our cross above the cloud on the 4-hour. Now, the smaller the time frame, the less impactful these are going to be, or at least shorter term the benefit will be. But we see we got a cross up here earlier in the day, something like that, less than 24 hours ago. And price moved from 35.5 to 37.2. Pretty nice. Pretty nice here. That 4-hour gave us a sweet signal. These are actually a bunch of really good examples. The cross down we got above the cloud, a weak bearish signal. Wasn't even able to pierce the cloud support. This one's a little confusing, but that's alright. One hour anything. 1 hour RSI, we start to see some issues. The most recent high in price, not the highest point in RSI versus the lower high earlier, but it's the 1 hour. I'm not really worried. What's interesting is we used to see, even like 2 days ago, almost every time frame was either waning buying momentum or it was gaining or in selling momentum, at least. Now, every time frame we looked at is either waning bullish momentum, or gaining bullish momentum. And we've seen pretty much every time frame ditch that selling pressure. The 20 moving average, man. I don't know why the 20 moving average matters, but it seems like it's important on every time frame. Virtually every time frame. We looked at this yesterday because we highlighted ETH specifically, because it was an exciting ETH day. Actually 2 days ago. We were looking for this flat-topped flag, wedge, whatnot, whatever you want to call it. It does look like that played out, doesn't it? That it does. So we might want to take a look here at our next targets. We've already hit the targets that we placed out yesterday, although for some reason the other ones aren't on there.
Thanks for your live streams.
Yo, Mr. Dino. Mr. Dino, thanks for watching my live streams, brother. It's great to have you. Thank you for the support. The Chiff 10. Love it. Thank you, my man. So we were looking at some values yesterday. Where did they go? Here we go. That's an alt chart. Real quick, we'll look at the Bitcoin pair quick here. Ethereum in Bitcoin pair. We are looking for 0.44. Traded up to, actually, we already hit it. Okay, cool. Didn't know that. We already hit 0.44 on Ethereum. So target hit, another in-stream target hit. We were calling for this a day or two ago. Already happened. What we're looking for next, if Ethereum can push up through 0.44, we have our next resistance. This is just so far away. 0.55. It says 0.559 there, but I think 0.55 is probably about accurate. That is a large gap. It might not seem like a lot. In Bitcoin pair, it's 25%. That's a lot. But this is not attached to price. So if Bitcoin increases in price and Ethereum moves up to 0.56, that could be a huge gain. It's compounding because it's gaining value against Bitcoin at the same time Bitcoin is gaining value. Compounding gain. That could be huge. Now we don't have a break yet. I'll be more confident once we fully test this resistance 0.44781 roughly. We can see that that was the price pretty much that the initial rally on the 25th sold off from 0.45. Maybe we'll take that. Maybe we'll take that as our number to look for. You see it from 0.45. There we go. 24%, 25%. Could be a good play. Could be a good play. But it looks like we hit it. I didn't know that actually. All right, let's look at the Ethereum's. Kind of confused where all my targets went. That's okay though. All right, what we are looking for on Ethereum here, as we've literally just kind of been climbing and seen a lot of sell pressure. So we're going to keep looking for upside targets. Zoom in more. I'm a little like confused here why these aren't lining up the same way they did before. Huh. Through me. Looking for 1770. I don't know where this chart went. Let's try this one. I have a lot of Ethereum charts now. There's nothing on that. Jeez. Yeah, chart organizer. Anybody want to be my chart organizer? In search of a chart organizer. There we go, finally. Jeez. No, this is Ethereum and Bitcoin again. God, I'm trolling myself now, guys. There we go. Finally. Finally. This is the one we were looking at. We saw that flat top pattern break out. Then we identified, actually even on a smaller time frame, at 1500. This is why we were confident we were going to see higher highs after 1500. Same pattern. Throwback to fractals we were just talking about. Large pattern playing out on smaller time frames. There it is. This gave us a very high confidence that 1500 would not hold, would not be able to suppress the rally. We got a beautiful backtest of that 1500. This actually has been trending up really solidly. So the previous high, or the high after 1500, 1542. We saw that actually be backtested before it moved up again. Cool. I don't think I looked at this on the 15-minute sense. Alright, so our upside targets. Next upside targets on Ethereum, because we haven't seen weakness yet. We do see on the hourly a little selling momentum, or buying momentum slow down, on the 4-hour a little bit. But once we zoom out, 12-hour, 1 day, it's just all bulls. Just all bulls right now. On a break of 1653, we actually have a new fib retracement target as well. 1701, okay. Fib extension target. 1704. looking for a larger taking profit zone just above that, 1730 to 1771. However, I don't think that that is going to stop the rally. I don't. I think we could see some selling there. At some point, maybe we could come back test 1500-ish, 1450. Might not be though. Man, probably not. Might see some taking profit there, as it's a logical taking profit level. But I do expect this to bounce and head for that 1994 to 2073. With the way Ethereum's looking on its Bitcoin pair, combined with the newfound energy of Bitcoin, targets need to be moved up. They need to be moved up. They definitely do. With 4 days left to go, Ethereum on the Bitcoin pair, we're looking for a close on the weekly above 04366. It's looking pretty good now, but we have more than half of the weekly to go. Too early to count. The important part that we were looking at, though, we've done the hard part. Now we just got to keep it. We have retaken the 200-week moving average on Ethereum Bitcoin pair. It's exactly where January's Ethereum rally stopped. Exactly where January's rally reversed and sold off for a week. And now we're back above it. Closing above this level is not only closing above a significant resistance, it's not only closing above the 200 weekly moving average, but it's closing as a bullish engulfing candle that is a 3-candle long setup. This Ethereum Bitcoin pair closing right here, massively bullish if it can pull it off. 4 days, 3 hours to go. We'll see. Weekly still looks great. Still looks great. So I think that's in the cards. RSI is going to have to get up there, but as we've been speculating, a lot of these coins are showing this bearish divergence, and what we want to see is another strong push to the upside to put in a higher RSI high, and that will really build confidence that this rally will continue. Man, 0.55, and then above that you have like 0.85, and then you're up into the 0.1s. That's right. I fully expect Ethereum to test, honestly, higher than that, higher than 0.1 in Bitcoin pair by the end of this rally. It could certainly even retest or go higher than its previous all-time high. But I'm just going to stick with 0.01. It's a great number. The actual resistance is 0.01. I don't know why it's on the wick there. So that would mean that 10 Ethereum would be equal to 1 Bitcoin. Whenever you're trying to kind of prophesize, ooh, what's our like highest target for Ethereum? Whatever Bitcoin does, 1/10 of whatever Bitcoin does. So if Bitcoin goes to 100,000, Ethereum 10,000. Bitcoin goes to 500,000, Ethereum 50,000. It's that easy. Certainly doesn't guarantee those prices or anything, but it's the easiest way to calculate it. 0.1 is not in any way unreasonable. Not in any way. By the end of this bull run now. Alright, for Mr. Mike. Sorry, I was rambling there, guys. I hope everybody... Hey, we have 900 watching. 45 minutes of rambling. Not too bad. It's like a little TA, little ramble. For Mr. Astronaut Mike, shout out, brother. Thank you again for the donation. We'll take a look at ADAs here. This chart. Oh, I didn't get an alert, did I? I did get an alert. Just didn't make any noise. Gotcha. Looks like Bitcoin making moves again. Where is this chart? Making moves again. All right, boys. 38.1. That's what we're looking for. Ooh. Sorry, Mike. We will get to ADA. I'm not a huge fan here that it didn't backtest the daily. However, that might suggest that it's going to look to backtest it on the daily time frame, which would make sense. It's a daily resistance. Came just shy of it. 36.7 as opposed to 36.642. That could be close enough. Oh, here we go. We see Bitcoin making the run for that weekly resistance above 38.1. Looking good. The energy that Bitcoin has been showing since it retook the 20 moving average on the daily. Wonderful. Wonderful. Couldn't ask for anything more. It's reaching up. Ethereum's reaching up. Right on. Right on, dudes. Oh, crap. Josh sent me a message. No wonder. I was wondering where he was. I don't know if you've been here, Josh. I've been reading the chat too much. I don't think he's here. He apparently pinched a nerve or something today. He's at the VA, migraines and stuff. So everybody send Ja your good energy and your prayers, and just yeah, send him the good energy. Let's hope he gets better soon. Man's a hero. Deserves it. Alright, Bitcoin. Are you moving? You are moving. Ethereum is set there. I don't know. The magic? Look at this. We were just looking at momentum waning off. And then with more than half the candle already completed, seeing a little pop of momentum. A little bull surge. If we... I do expect to find resistance here at 38.1. Maybe we see 38.1 retest daily, then move up. Maybe continue selling off. I don't know. Do expect some resistance there. But man, I think it pushes past it. If it reaches 38.1, I think it's aiming for 40. 40 minimum. Awesome. I'm gonna sneeze. I can never sneeze while I'm live. I was like about to sneeze and then just went away. Whatever. Screw you, sneeze. I didn't even need to. I didn't like sneezing. Alright. I have an alert set here. We're going to switch back to... Wow, every single time I try to start a sentence now, I'm getting alerts. So, oh, that is awful. Why? Why, TradingView? Why? Why would you do that? Why? It's a 1 second alert. Why is it playing for dang 10 seconds? This just in, total market cap breaking a new all-time high as we're live right now. 900 people watching. Total market cap rallying to $1.112 trillion. $1.112 trillion. We saw the first break of a trillion sell off all the way down to, actually lower, 811 billion before finding support at 874 billion. That is $200 billion out of the market. Back in now with 300-ish billion dollars. I have no idea what volume means on total market cap, unless it means all of the volume, but I have a weird feeling it doesn't, so I'm just going to hide that. Let's take a look here at total just for a second. We already have a measured move at 1.5 trillion. That seems very reasonable. Seems extremely reasonable here. Yep. That is our measured move from January 8th swing high to January 10th. Very reasonable. That is my upside target for total market cap, 1.5. Can you imagine that? We just hit 1 trillion in January. And now we might be looking at 1.5 trillion, and it's barely into February. That would be wild. Let's make sure there's no weird shenanigans going on. Nope. Actually, we see this pretty much confirmed that this resistance was true. We see a little selling and consolidation period before breaking into the now new all-time high on total market cap. Rock and roll. Wild. Total market cap heading for 1.5 trillion. I would bet a Doge on it. The whole Doge. Alright. ADA. Maybe we can ever get to these charts. I don't know, guys. Can we? EV Rider, you just sneezed? I think you stole my sneeze, man. You stole my sneeze. But I'll forgive you. Look at ADA. We've already had so many setbacks. We're getting to ADA. We're going to actually look at ADA here. Then we're going to look at... we have a bunch of coins to look at. UMA. UMA hitting our in-stream target from yesterday. Called live. Didn't expect it to hit by the next day. Already hit. Already overshot it. KSM. We're also going to look at OMG for our brother Josh out there. And we're going to look at CHSB. HSB. So we have a few things. A few things ahead of us. You know what? And just thought we should probably look at the dollar because the dollar's continued to rally. Maybe this will finally shut up. Nah, who am I kidding? Nothing is ever going to shut up the correlation boys. They're not going to allow their confirmation bias to be destroyed. All right, Mr. Renee, Astronaut Renee, on the daily here for ADA. Momentum to the buy side, still picking up. Target still 72 to 74 cents. Not a huge change since we looked at it last. 20 daily moving average moving up to our previous target at 37 cents. All good there. Monthly, no issues here. Momentum continuing to pick up. Highest point in price is the highest point in RSI simply because we don't have RSI over here. Weekly, very strong weekly. If ADA can close here on the weekly, very strong. 38 cents weekly resistance was blasted through. I'd like to see ADA close that this week. That would be great. And we see we had a little fake out candle last week on ADA's momentum on the weekly. Last week's feigned losing momentum before picking back up. Let's check out Ichi on this. Still riding the TK. All right, no issues. Back to the daily. Oh, cool. I didn't know this. All right. Ichimoku Cloud suggesting support at 38.3 cents. Of course. Of course it does, because that was our previous resistance, so duh. This just in. 400 million Tether was just minted this moment. Pumping total market cap, question mark. Tether prints directly add to total market cap. Already up another billion. What I wanted to do.
Everyone keep it down, Ya has a headache. With love, Johnny 1-0 rolling on the floor laughing.
Yes, shh, Jaws sleeping. So this is actually a chart that I haven't shown you guys. But it's time to. It's time to, guys. Total 2. And I promise, you know what, let's finish ADA. Just, I feel bad that I haven't yet. Support there. Honestly, nothing has changed on ADA. We're looking for a test of 72 cents. Upwards of, I think it was 78. It's looking strong. I'm not, edges with the bulls in my opinion on ADA. So, not a lot else to be said there. Total 2. Look at me getting distracted again. So Total 2 is something I haven't brought up here before, but I'm going to now. Because I watch it. I don't know why I never brought it up. Total 2 is similar to total market cap. Total market cap is all the cryptocurrency market caps added together. So it is a sum of all of the market cap of crypto. Total 2 is almost the same thing. It is a sum of all of the crypto market cap minus Bitcoin. So it excludes Bitcoin. It's a caveat. What we see is Total 2 is approaching a new all-time high. This actually I've been watching break out, and it's been part of why I've been looking at alts. We saw this breakout over and over, and now we are within $10 billion of a new all-time high in market cap for altcoins. Breaking this level breaking 426 billion. This is going to be very bullish for alts. Extremely bullish for alts. If this is able to retake this, say today, short term, I would expect to see a lot of green alts immediately or even in the next trading day. So keep an eye there. 417 billion versus 426 billion. Here's a crazy part. 2018 at total market caps, all-time high, previous all-time high. Let's grab it.
Hey Tom, can you do a quick rundown on setting profit-taking price regions? Cheers, man from Scotland, flag Scotland.
Steffi Hillmang, thank you for the 5. It's good to have you here again. Setting profit-taking price regions. It's kind of a hard question to answer. There's no general rule of thumb. I guess rule of thumb would be place them in profit. That'd be number 1. Number 2 would be you want to calculate these things out before you make the trade. You don't want to make the trade, then be looking for where you want to exit. I guess number 3, if there had to be a rule of thumb of profit taking, it would be look to take profit at resistance. Don't look to take profit at support, at resistance. That's pretty much it. I don't think anything universally applies other than that. But I appreciate the 5. And I'm happy to see you here. This has been multiple days in a row, so thank you for joining us. Real quick here. Total all-time high was in January 2018. That was 750-ish billion. Here's the interesting part. At that time, alts represented a much larger percent of the market cap than they do now. 427 billion out of 75 billion, so more than half of the market.
If you just signed up for Patreon or having issues, you can DM me in Discord. Had a couple of members losing roles recently. Thanks for all the prayers. Hashtag Doge, where will it stop today?
Where to start? Jerry, my man. Yeah, feel free to send Jerry or myself a message if you're... We had a lot of patrons sign up, even overnight. Awesome dudes. Speaking of which, check out Patreon, by the way. Link's in the chat. If you're having any issues, Patreon's been acting really weird. It's been removing roles, adding roles, I don't know. So if you're having any issues, you don't have your role on Discord, shoot Ja or me a message, and we'll take care of it for you. Let's see. Christoph DN, where will Doge stop today? Stop selling or stop? Doge is not even on my radar today, to be honest. Alright, maybe it should be on my radar. It actually looks pretty solid. I somehow get the feeling, though, that this is probably just mirroring Bitcoin. Maybe not. Alright. Interesting. Well, Doge above 0.44 cents. Man, those 0.44s, they're everywhere lately. Weird. Yeah, I didn't get to finish my thought on total too. It's actually really important. 5.7 cents, right at our previous resistance. Sold off from 0.57 to 0.59 or 0.06.
Ev is buy just your tickets now. Tom Hart on UTK. If you have time, let's have a look. Aave. Starstruck.
The wonderful Marika. Thank you, darling, for the 22 euros. The euros. Eth is just buy your tickets now. ORUTK. Which one do you want to look at? We can definitely look at one or all of those. I gotta get through something though. I haven't like finished any charts or thoughts. I'll pull up AAV. Let's see, do I have UT? I think I have UTK. ORN, I don't think I've done that one. I haven't done that one. Yeah. Doge, okay. I want to finish this thought. Sorry guys, I'm ADD as anything. I know, you haven't noticed, right? So I jump around sometimes. Total to total 2. So what we saw on total, all the market cap with Bitcoin excluded, is that a new total market cap all-time high was broken back in November-ish. December? I thought it was earlier than that. Doesn't matter. Back in December-ish, and what we can see is alts did not represent even as much as they did previously on that all-time high. So that's all Bitcoin. That's all Bitcoin's gains. Now that alts are catching up, they're very likely going to find resistance here on their total market cap, 426 billion. But if you break it, if it pushes through, we're going to see some awesome alt movements. Doesn't necessarily speak to how they'll perform in Bitcoin pair, because total 2 doesn't really have any impact on that. That would be more in the dominance realm. 4.8 trillion? I don't know, maybe. I doubt it. That's not what I thought it would be. But yeah, keep an eye on total 2. That's pretty much what I was getting at here. Total 2 looking to put in a new all-time high that has not been even remotely tested since 2018. Beginning of 2018. Alright, well, we do have a new all-time high, but it seems like it's struggling a bit. We'll see. 1,114 billion. I'm going to finish looking at Doge here. And then we'll look at the wonderful Marika's requests. Not bad. Doge looking decent on the 4 hour. Coming off of 3.2 cent support. Never back tested that 2 cents, did it? Well, where will Doge stop? My answer, if it's not stopping here at 4 cents, the previous swing high on the 31st, 4.4 cents, likely to act as resistance. And if it doesn't, I'm looking for 5.7 cents to 5.9 cents. Now, I know what the next question is. This is weird. I thought Doge traded higher. This is a calculated thing. I don't know what exchange it took it from, so we might not... I probably should just open up a different chart. Dang it, Bobby. Dang it. Dang it, Bobby. Let's see, what about this one? This one's also calculated poop. Okay, yep. There's a guy, I swear, traded up to 8 cents at some point. If you break 8.75 cents, next target is a whopping 34.4. Likely to find some resistance at 20. Likely to find some resistance at 15. 34.4, wow. Now we're talking about Binance USDT numbers, by the way. Huh. What's interesting is whatever, I think this is Bittrex calculated. Binance on the USDT pair, not as bullish as Bittrex seems to be on the calculated pair. Not really anything you can take from that. It's just odd because Binance was more bullish in the sense of it put in a higher high. We can see that here with 8.7 cents versus 5 something cents on other exchanges. So it's weird to see this lower now. 4 hour looks to be rolling over. Looks to be.
Hey brother, already estimating dates for Vegas 100K party. How about a peek at my lil baby DGB?
Mr. Red Ducks, man, thanks for the 10. Appreciate you. Vegas party, no, we're... It's coming. I'm just hoping that we can actually all go. And that we can all go by the time it comes. You know what I mean? Not gonna say you're the reason, but... Open. Man, I got a huge backlog of charts now. I gotta do these quicker, I think. Alright, let me take a peek at something for Marika here. I know she wanted to look at AAVE. So we did find some resistance at our 314 target. I was expecting hopefully a backtest of 197. Didn't happen. AAV breaking out here. We do have a psychological resistance at 500. We always do. Not a bad target for the upside. However, I've also been experimenting with this 420. The 420, man. I don't know what happened. Somehow we've made this a psychological number. And so that wouldn't surprise me. Since we skipped this backtest of 197, maybe I was looking at it the opposite way. Maybe look for the backtest of 317. Could be. But our measured move actually sitting much higher. Sitting much higher in the high 600, 671. That is quite a move from here. 12 hour rolling over, losing selling momentum. RSI looks on the 12 hour prime that it's going to need a push to the upside. Same with the daily. To be honest, 500 seems very reasonable. Muy reasonable. Nice. Bounced the 12 hour moving average. 420. Very reasonable. 500. Very reasonable. 617. A little more hopeful. But definitely in the realm of possibility. 4 hours looking strong. 2 hours till close. You have that 3 candle trade setup. Actually, I'm going to place it. Wow, this is actually a pretty clean chart. We saw the wick high on the 29th. Broken here today. Back tested on the 4 hour. And then now sitting at a bullish engulfed candle. This is a bullish signal. We do have 2 hours for this 4 hour candle to close. We'll have to see it close first. But if it closes above 346, this is a great trade setup. Absolutely great. 3 candle long setup or something they call it. Most of the time you see them sell off or not really complete. This is looking solid, man. Time frames looking good. I think edges with the bulls 420. Upside of 500. I'm going to grab Digibyte first. Struggling with USD resistance here. This is an old chart. Man, what a funky chart. Digibyte monthly resistance 0.27 cents. Looks like this monthly has already back tested it. That's a solid sign. Already back tested it after closing last month above 0.27 cents. Weekly's a little choppy. That's hard to really discern from, but currently momentum still increasing. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. Custom. Digibyte has built some solid support underneath it. We can see that here on the weekly Ichimoku cloud. We have just at 2 cents for weekly support. And then we have just underneath 2.5 cents. Again, is the TK line for the weekly. Price does seem to be stalling a little bit here. We do have weekly resistance at 3.2 cents and above at 3.68 cents. But daily is looking great. All right, daily is looking great. You have many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, potentially 7 candles of buying momentum increasing. You have a pretty clean looking cup and handle. I think Edge is with the bulls as well. To be honest, Edge might be with the bulls in everything today. Measured move for Digibys. I'm looking for 4.1 cents. If you can retake these weekly resistances and you blow through 4.1 cents, 6 cents, 6 cents above. Solid target. Ooh, but struggling in BTC pair with that 100 sat area. But you just keep on trucking. Nice. DGB looks rather bully. Rather bullies. Breaking 100 sats on DGB BTC and 140 up to 180. Very obtainable. Very obtainable. We have slightly higher low. Let's see how our indicators look. Don't have RSI for some reason. Yeah, bullish divergence on the low. DGB looks good. I don't know when it's going to start moving. But if it breaks 100 sats, it's going to take off.
What's your evaluation on XLM? The RSI is on the 4 hours is choppy to read.
Midnight Sensey. What's up, brother? Thank you for the 5. What's your valuation on Stellar? Looked at Stellar yesterday. We can pull it up again. Man, I'm like 7 charts behind right now. Yeah, I was actually just looking at this. Stellar looking stellar. Look at this 1 hour. If this breaks down, it will be such an epic trap. Like, it's almost hard to imagine this breaking down from here. Look at how just beautiful, how beautiful this is. I love it. Not a huge Stellar fan myself, but I do have some. But I love this chart right now. This is an erect chart, rigid chart. See selling momentum and buying momentum clamping down, and we can see that here in price. We're starting to see lower highs, higher lows. Extends out to the 4 hour. This is gonna be hard to give an edge, so I can probably just default to edge is likely with the bulls here. That's what everything else is looking like. This has a great structure. I'd be watching for a break of this pattern right here from the 29th to today. We have a pretty clear descending high trend, pretty clear ascending low trend. On a breakup, I'm looking to retest the high at 41.5 cents. On a breakdown, looking for about 25.5 to find support on this recently created kind of more macro ascending low trend. If that doesn't hold, you're falling out to 2 cents. That's where you're going to find your next support. I think that this is not as likely though. I think we see a retest of 41.5. I think that that probably breaks, and we probably see a test of 50 cents. 50 cents, though, can be a strong resistance. Psychological factor combined with, I believe it is like a historical monthly or weekly. Or measured move of this beautiful rigid pennant here. rigid. Measure move 51.8.
New to your channel, love the streams. Do you see a rising wedge in BTC for H1H, etc.?
Jacob John, what's up, my brother? Thanks for the 5. New to the stream, welcome, man. Welcome. Welcome to all the new faces. We have about 1,000 watching. I'm sure there's more out there. Happy to have you guys. We're live here every day. Right here. You can find us. Make sure you're in Discord, John, or Jacob John. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Make sure you're in Discord along with everyone else who's new here. Jump in there. YouTube lately has been batto-shanning us, and we won't show up on search or in your subscriber feed or on suggested videos or in notifications. So the only way to find us reliably every day is in the Discord. Highly recommend everyone get in there. We'll switch back to BTC here, Mr. Jacobs. Let me just finish Stellar here real quick. Measured move, looking at 52 cents, so that makes sense. That adds up, 50 to 52 cents. However, I think 50 is probably the more manageable target. Above that, you have 81. This chart doesn't have all the data. I think we get a break up here on Stellar. If we don't, you can see by this long position box, I've been eyeing a position on Stellar at 25 cents, or 20 cents, sorry. So really, I see it as a win-win. You either break up, great, or you come back down. I think 20 cents is unlikely to break. I think that would be a solid position to look for along, at least. So it's kind of a win-win. I mean, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Thank you, Midnight Sensi. Welcome, brother. It's good to have you. Thank you again. All right. I need like a second. This has just been chart after chart. Slave driving me. Nah, I love you guys. I'm just kidding. Do I see an ascending wedge? Well, probably. I'll say that I do. Let me take a look. I'm assuming you mean this. I mean, yes, yes. Did I make a new chart? Probably. So I definitely see what you're looking at. And let me do it this way. To answer your question, is it an ascending wedge? Not yes and no. No, because I don't think it literally is, but yes, because the shape or formation, the pattern we're seeing here, in my opinion, is pretty much the same. This is what they would have the same outcome in like textbook TA. They would expect to have the same outcome. So what I see here is an ascending channel. Ascending channel, the only difference is on a ascending wedge. Wait, isn't that? I'm getting mixed up. I guess this could be a wedge too. I think it looks more like a channel. It kind of doesn't matter because they both have the same outcome,
Hey,
typically.
just found you thanks to my little brother. You are sharp, sir. Could you have a look at ADI? Looking really strong on the USD pair.
Trainovator, what's up, bro? Your little brother. Thank you to your little brother. We can take a look at AGI. I don't know if I have before, but that's not a problem. Nope. Well, thank you to your little brother. Shout out to him. We'll take a look at AGI here. Let me finish what I was working on for Mr. Jacobs. Bitcoin looks like it's going to break out anyway. Doesn't look like it has a dollar pair. Not a real one. Looks like it has a calculated dollar pair. We'll take a look at that. I guess this could be a wedge as well. It is higher highs and higher lows. I think this looks more like a channel to me, just by how kind of parallel it is. Either way, you're in the right mindset. You're on the right track because both patterns in typical technical analysis textbook would be looking for a breakdown. Whether it's an ascending wedge or an ascending channel, they both typically look to break down. I guess the reason I don't immediately spot it as a wedge, though, is because you'd usually look for something to do with the symmetry of them, of the lows and highs. Like this is kind of it. I mean, if we goof it, it fits better maybe. I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to my trend lines, so like I guess that works. When we're looking for an ascending wedge, we're looking for the trend lines to be at an angle where they're going to intersect. If that makes sense. I see this more as a trend line that's parallel. Maybe that's just my eye, where they don't intersect. But good question. Typically, we would expect this pattern to break down. But patterns don't always play out the way they're supposed to. It's all about statistics, so statistically this breaks down more often than it breaks up. I think with the other factors we have going on here, I think we see a breakup, but roll the dice. Roll the dices, we don't know. But good eye, my friend. Thanks for pointing it out. It was a good thing to talk about. Good topic. Man, I can't catch up. You guys get mad at me for not reading the chat. And then I have back to back to back to back charts to do. How am I supposed to do both? I appreciate you all. I don't care if you complain about me not reading chat. I do my best. That's all I can do. Alright. Got our alerts up. Got our alerts up, and we're going to look at AGI. Just looking over and seeing, what do you think is the absolute maximum value Bitcoin could ever be worth? All of the value in the world? I mean, that's the absolute maximum anything could be. There isn't really a cap. There really is no limit outside of that. It's a common question. It's a common question, but outside of that, there really isn't. Steven Sokol, what's up, my man? I don't see a message there, but thank you for the 5. So AGI, I don't know what this is. I don't own any. SingularityNet, I've heard people talk about this recently. So I see something promising. See something promising. This is a little ugly, but they usually are. So we have neckline established. We have a head and shoulders, invert head and shoulders. Potential. In fact, this would probably consider confirmed, but what we'd want to see here is a back test of that neckline. Just about 9 cents.
Hi Tom, I am considering a buy in Uni. Any thoughts?
Not a bot, my brother. Thank you for the 5. Uni. Well, we were looking at Uni the other day. Looking pretty good. This looks like Ethereum to me. Pre-breaking out recently. It just looks like Ethereum. We have that same flat top. Could be not a bad trade. Not a bad trade. I'd be looking for about 25 to the upside. Could be. Ooh, there we go. Total. Keep going. Now look what you made me do. I've lost my chart. Lost my AGI. There it is. So AGI, don't know anything about this. Looking at the daily, we have some spiciness. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. 25 cents. This is the macro pattern I would expect this chart to play out. To backtest 9 cents, then to move up to 25. That's what I would expect. We have our inverse head and shoulders pattern set up. All we need to drive it home is that entry point.
What do you think of setting a red long with liquidation at around 2K? Risky. Obviously not financial advice. Evening, Tom. Perhaps another peek at ERBB tonight. Seemed like a good day. Still looking bullish to you. Thanks, Tom. You dar man, bro.
Man, I'm loving the love you guys are showing tonight. Raining it. Making it rain with these super chats. I can't even keep up. Jeez. We haven't finished AGI. Let's see. Answered about the uni. Let's see.
It's over 9,000!
Marcus, my man. Sign up for Patreon. Welcome to the fam, brother. And Bitcoin's break. Dude, I can't even multitask right now. This is ridiculous. It's like every time I finally get settled on something, something else is moving and setting off alerts. Bitcoin making that push to 38.1. Not really that exciting. Still working on AGI. Bruce, what do you think of a long ETH with a liquidation of 1.2? Well, I would say, have you picked out? Jupander 1, running in, just dunking in with the 20 euros, my friend. Thank you. I don't see a message, unfortunately, but thank you for the donation, my friends. Polka Starter. Polka Starter, I see your chat. Is Polka Starter Polka Dot, or is it something different? It's, you know, this is like an impossible question to ask. I wouldn't make that trade. I wouldn't go long now on Ethereum at an all-time high on leverage, personally. 1200, it's a likely level to hold. Yes. You built up a solid amount of support. Problem is that support is really close to 1200. Really close. I would probably feel the most comfortable with the liquidation under 900. I think that's probably less likely. Maybe 880 even to cut it super conservative. But the answer to that question lies totally in, you know, where are you looking to take profit? Are you looking to put a stop loss at 1200 and let it stay open forever? Well, odds are it'll get liquidated. If you're opening it looking for, I don't know, 1700, that might play. I'll probably play. If you're looking to close it at 2000, that could still play. But where you should place a stop loss is always dependent on where you're looking to take profit. 100%. ERRB. Oh, dude, I'm getting backlogged on charts. Where I was. You look at. I haven't looked at any of these things I was supposed to look at. You guys are nuts.
Polka Starter, please, how does that look like?
Yeah, sure. Like I said, we'll definitely look at. Yeah, I still am confused. Is that dot or is it not dot? I'll pull up the dot chart. That's looking good. I'm a little concerned about its Bitcoin pair. This is pretty head and shoulders-y. But dollar pair looking solid. Let me collect my thoughts here. Okay, cool. Thank you for clarifying. Because maybe I've heard it before, but I probably just thought it was dot. The Polish coin. Poland. I went to Poland once. Beautiful, beautiful ladies in Poland. Proof of liquidity. Okay. I pulled that up. Just give me a minute, guys. I'm still like catching up on these. And as soon as I start catching up, something else goes off. Alright, got DGB. Got XLM. Looked at the Wedge. looking at AGI kind of right now still.
Me again, VGX boy. If you have time, can you check that wedge of joy that's forming?
Hold up. Okay. Alright. Might have my thoughts
It's over
collected
9,000!
here. Robert Brenke, joining the patron. Welcome, my brother. These might be going off late. It happens. Check out the patron, guys, by the way. It's still early in the month. Great time to sign up. One-on-one crypto mentoring, tutoring, available there. Daily TA, daily publishes, exclusive publishes of TA, trade setups, macro market analysis, all kinds of goodies. Check it out. We gained like 25 patrons this month already. Why not just make it 50? I don't know. We'd love to have you. There's a new tier available. Check it out when you have a minute. And thank you. All these names. Thank you. Was it Robert? Okay, catching up. Let me just finish my thought on AGI. I'm gonna get to these in the order they were received. AGI, who is looking for that 25 move on RSI? Looks healthy. Whatever that means, looks healthy. Did not quite test the 50 daily. Okay, so AGI right now, an hour and 40 minutes till close. At 10 cents, this is likely a psychological level. 10 cents, always is. What we need to see today, to begin this series of potentially bullish events, of not unfortunate bullish events, we want to see a daily close above 9 cents. As long as it doesn't sell off from here in the next hour and a half, we got it. Then what we'd like to see is maybe a little more upside in a solid back test at 9 cents. This 9 cent mark is the neckline to the inverse head and shoulders that we're looking at. We may not get the back test, but that would be 9 cents. That would be my signal to go long. Indicators look good. You're looking for a larger move to the upside to just push out some of this bearish divergence that's forming. Weekly's looking awesome. There's almost no weekly resistance above you. Weekly momentum. This actually looks really good. I don't think I've ever looked at this chart. 12-hour momentum. This looks good. I don't even think we need much more TA. We see the pattern. We see the pattern. It's macro. I wouldn't feel comfortable entering along here at 10 cents at the psychological level at the highest point. I'd be looking for the back test. Jeez, everybody's throwing it around today. I haven't even had a second to like think. I dig it. I dig it. I'm just complaining because I don't know. What else is there to do? EERB. Oh, ERBB. I remember looking at this. Let's see where it's at. Still looks good. Last time I looked at this, I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, Steven. Last time I looked at this, I was looking for 20 cents. 19.3. Absolutely still what I'm looking for here. This looks like it's consolidated.
Hey, have you ever heard of Elrond? And could you look at ELGD if you don't mind?
Let me catch up with these. Chris Cohen, Voyager. Yeah, we can take a look at Voyager, guys. I'm like 6 charts behind now, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. That's a B. I always get this confused because it's different. Take a look at that, and EGLD for Mr. Spirit Gamer. Yes, we can get to that. I'm not going to look at any of the coins today that are in the title, I have a feeling.
Tom, you're like the Dr. Disrespect of the crypto world. Good job, love from the UK.
My man. It's Leroy. That is the highest compliment I've ever received in my life. Thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you. Shout out to the UK. We have a lot of UK fam out there. Love you guys. Macro here, AGI good. BB. Still looks good. Still looks good. I think this is closed now, right? Closed right up against previous daily resistance at 12.9 cents. I'm looking for 19 still. Looking for, yeah, there's really not a lot changed. We got that move up, and now it's just consolidated. We can see a flag formation. Looks good. Closed bullish engulfing on this candle. It's excellent. Excellent, excellent. Honestly, like I'm looking for 20 cents in the shorter term. Worst case scenario, you test the 6. It's actually a pretty big fall. For something on this chart, just doesn't convince me that that's in the cards. Let's see a test to this trend line. Short term, still 20.
Tom, lol, I am a little nervous that Vitali popped his head into say 20k. Crying man shrugging light skin tone.
Sharknado, I love you, brother. I wouldn't worry about it. Alright, I have to turn the alert box off for a little bit. I love you guys. But I'm never going to get through anything if every time I finally kind of get in the zone, I'm distracted. I love you guys, and I appreciate the super chats. I do. I do. You guys are amazing. I just need to get through something. I'll turn it back on then. Looking for 20 cents or 2 cents in the short term. But I have pretty strong confidence. Pretty strong confidence that's going to be seeking that 5-6 cent area back up here. With such a long sell-off, it really just makes sense that we would see a bounce back to these levels. A shorter term, though, I think 2 cents is totally doable. Definitely. And I think that 6 cents is in the cards for the future, so... Alright. Thank you, Steve. Sorry, man. I'm all kinds of distracted. I don't even know where to start. I have like 7 of these to get back to. But thank you, everybody. So I have the Polka starter. Didn't forget. Polka starter. For the polls. Here we go. Never looked at this chart before. Jupander, thank you, brother, for the double donation, actually. Very appreciated. Certainly will look at this for you. I don't think have I even said this at all this episode? I'll like kind of zone out and look for stuff here. Either way, I'll just say it again because I'm so scatterbrained today with all that's going on. If you haven't, everyone here, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We are blowing up. We're on our way to 25,000 subscribers, and we couldn't do it without you, so give the stream a subscribe, hit the bell, actually hit the like button also. I don't think I've been saying that. Very much appreciated. We're live here every day. Keep up with our live streams by joining Discord. It's the only way you're gonna get notifications of when we go live is by being in the Discord. So jump on in there. Alright, Polka starter. Weekly momentum's still good, RSI is pretty darn good. You have a solid weekly support underneath you at 3.5 cents. Weekly resistance above, or maybe that's monthly resistance and weekly resistance above 4.5 cents. You did break that last week, 2 weeks ago. You did, but you couldn't settle. The market didn't settle there. Was not quite ready. But the weekly looks freaking great here with this pattern. The sell-off was bought up. Market refused to close under previous support. Man, you're really close to that support too. This could actually be a decent place to look to take a trade. Daily MACD a little sketchy. I'm not too concerned about that though. It's not too concerning. Oh, this is POL, and there's POLS. My bad, guys. Wait, POLS didn't show up. Just this showed up. I like this. This has happened multiple times now in our stream, though, where I pull up the wrong chart, and I like what I see. POLS? I thought that's what I typed in. Nope, I didn't. And you're right, there's the tether pair. Why did POL... Whatever, I don't care. This is what happens when I'm distracted. Alright, redoing it. POLS. Poke starter. You're right. I don't know what I was thinking. Alright, give me a second. Nothing on the weekly. Daily looks fine. Don't have bearish divergence on RSI. It flipped over to buying. I'd like to see a little more continuation there. You've created a local support. 99 cents. Oh, excellent. Might as well make that $1 or 1. That is not just literally. Not literally a support. Also psychological. So that, for me, makes that a little stronger. Traded as high as $1.78. Wow, so that some gains. Moving averages, whatever. It's gonna be interesting. Alright. Gotta learn to not take forever on everything. I could get through these sometime then. This is looking decent. It's looking bully. You don't have bearish divergence on RSI in your daily. You have the kissing on the 12-hour of the 20 and 50. Typically, well, certainly as long as you stay above the 50-year on the 12-hour, things are looking great. That kissing usually plays out bullishly when it's set up this way. Easy takeaways here. You have a local support at $1.30. Done. Underneath that, you have what should be a stronger support at $1. It's psychological. We see a good amount of trading there. Consolidating, and that's similar to Ethereum. Flat-topped, rising higher low formation. You broke out, you back tested it. That's a strong pattern. This looks strong. To the upside. To the upside. You have $3.25. That's going to be my target for a breakout here. $3.25. Looking from $1.78. That's an 81% gain. Ridiculous gain. A ridiculous gain. You're actually at, yeah, you're actually at even the daily resistance right now. We're very close. Very close. I think this chart looks good. You break up, you're looking for $3.25. You break down, you cross your fingers, you hope $1.35 holds. If it doesn't, you retest $1. Right now, you're just in the middle of the range, really. So, thank you again, Jupander. I appreciate you, brother. There's not a ton of chart history. In the chart history I have, there might be more somewhere. Doesn't have trading at this level, so there's not as much we can do with it. Not as much we can do with it. I really can just use our fib tool to look up, see if any of those values look correct. It does. Doesn't really seem to be any specific edge, so I guess just as I've been saying all day, we're just gonna have to basically revert to everything seems to be pretty darn bullish today. So there's likely a bullish edge on this as well. I like that polls, that proof of whatever. That was a good chart too. All right, catching up. Counselor Murray, what's up, man? I see you tipped 5. I don't see a message, but I appreciate you. Appreciates you. Chris Cohen Voyager. You know what? I need a freaking second. I need a second. 105 minutes, and I feel like I've just been hardcore at the charts the whole time. Still 840 watching. Excellent. Excellent. 424 likes. That's not that excellent. It's great, but it's not that excellent. If you haven't yet, please smash that like button, guys. The engagement from liking and subscribing during a live stream encourages YouTube to show it to other people. The freaking AFK... Is this... The freaking AFK Dogecoin thing. Oh, it's not AFK, it's a different chart. Has 2K viewers, crazy. Encourages YouTube to show it to other people, and that helps the word get out about our stream, so I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys who do that. Right already. Let's see. We've gained about 100 subscribers during this live. Awesome. Welcome to all 100 new fam members. I hope there's more of you. Hope more of you come today. And everyone who subscribed today or isn't, please get in Discord. YouTube constantly hiding our videos from people. You won't be able to find them. Discord, at least once a week, is the only way to find our daily live streams, so make sure you're in there. Party never stops in Discord. Last but not least, before I get back to the requests, Patreon, check it out. I know I talked about it once. Here's an example of, this is probably the best trade setup that I've ever posted to Patreon. It's gonna be hard to beat this one. We took Doge. We took Doge at 15 sats. 15. Traded up to 220 on Bittrex, 250 on Binance. It's a 700% gain in Bitcoin. Posts like this and more on Patreon. Check it out. Had about 25 people join this month in the 2-3 days we've had. We would love to have you as well. There's always room for more. So, link is in the chat. It's also pinned to the top of the chat. Getting back into it. Finally can look at the chat for a second. Yo, MK, what's up, dude? Insane value. I would agree. I would agree because I put all of my time and effort into it. So I think it's a pretty good value. I mean, this Doge trade, this paid off 10 years. 10 years of patron dues. You took that trade. Easy. Let me catch up. How you doing, brother? Alright, what's next? Chris Cohen with the Voyager. Here we go, Voyager. Alright, Voyager heading back to our Bitcoin pair target, it seems. Looks like it's trying to paint some bullish divergence. Last time I looked at this, I was saying I wanted to see a back test of 6,345 sats. If that holds, great place to go long. Potentially. I would probably attempt something like this. 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Looking to stop above, right below 5,500 sats. This coin went nuts. Last time we looked at it, and before this pump, literally we were saying all this coin needs is to close above 3,300 sats. Closed it daily above 3,300 sats, and it went 5x, similar to Doge. This was a Doge-esque move. Now we're looking for some kind of retracement, some kind of back test. I know that is previous resistance / support. What else is it? It's not really a retracement. Oh, yes it is. Oh, yes it is. And it's the 618. This is as confident as a trade as I can get. 618 retracement, and I think it's a previous measured move, was resistance, now testing as support. This could be a great trade. I don't know if you're still here, even Chris. That was like 20 minutes ago. Sorry, man. This has been insane. It's been insane. I'm about ready to turn the alert box back on. I wasn't ever going to get through anything with it. We see RSI dipping lower, looking to paint that bullish divergence. Same thing on the 12-hour. Daily coming off that weak bullish or weak bearish divergence. RSI not showing it. I think this thing looks good, man. I don't own any of this. I don't own any Voyager. I like to be transparent with my holdings. Yeah, I don't own any of it, but I wish I did. Probably not gonna enter, though I could look to take a long. 20 moving average is just so far away. All of these are. Looks like the 50 on the 4 hours coming up to meet our support. Cool. I think this looks great. DT donated $14 through Super Chat, Canadian dollars. Well, thank you, DT. I don't see a message here. Maybe someone can tell me. Someone can tell me if you send a message. All right. Spirit Gamer. 18 minutes ago. I don't know if you're still here, brother, but if you are, thanks for sticking around. Ooh, Dot is running for that 21 to 24. $8.5. As high as 24. That's looking very solid. Total 2 reaching. Total 2 reaching. To anything. Even like find myself with all these charts up. I don't know what this proof of liquidity is, but I like this coin. I like this chart. I don't like this coin. I like this chart. BLD. Thought I pulled up EGLD. Leroy.
Any thoughts on Zill? My only bag not to pop. Love your streams, keep them coming, curselet.
Moonboy. That's a great name. Great name, Moonboy. We'll take a look at Zill here. I gotta find this freaking... Where did this chart go? I know I pulled up EGLD. Oh, I'm just gonna load it again. Okay. For Spirit Gamer. EGLD looking good, man. It hit our $65 target. Looks like it's consolidating on the daily. Hour and 16 minutes to go, and it looks to be closing above, provided it doesn't sell off at the end here, above local $66 resistance. Now we have a swing high at $74, a break of $74, and I'm looking for 95. We charted these out a while ago. They've been hitting like a bell. See if there's anything new there. Nope, 95. Measure move at the 95. In the event of a breakdown or sell-off, I'd probably be looking for $50 to hold as support. That's a pretty good risk to reward, actually. 50 to the downside. Actually, what are those percents, to be honest? 26% to the downside and 40% to the upside. So there might be a good risk to reward play there. I was looking to enter down at 42 earlier and take profit up here at 62. Didn't happen. So I might be moving that trade up. See how that goes. Daily is still waning selling momentum, but price doesn't seem to be, or waning buying momentum, price doesn't seem to care. $12-hour flipping over, back tested 64.87. Dude, this chart looks good. It just looks good. I like this. I'd like to see it close today with waning momentum. That's going to really put that $95 on the table quickly. Zoom it in one more time. 4-hour just flipped over to buying. That lines up with what we saw on the 12-hour. Struggling with local 80 or 68.8 4-hour resistance. Edges, I think edges with the bulls, man. It really went for our target and then it consolidated there. It's building support. It looks like it's ready to stretch its legs and go for the next one. So Spirit Gamer, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. It's a Leroy. I know I already shouted you out, but I love that Dr. Disrespect comment. I love you. Sharknado. You still worried, brother? I think if we were going to go to 20, we would have. That's my personal opinion, but... Alright, Dubnet. Any ideas on the lack of volume on Ethereum and Bitcoin? Everyone's at the Sailor conference. That's a good question. It's a good question. So I think what we can say about that is, well, one, it isn't strange for Bitcoin to have low volume here. This is actually, it would be weird if it had high volume. You're just still trading in that range, so you're not likely to have kind of exceptional volume at this level. It is definitely stranger, though, that Ethereum is so low on volume. Some of this can be explained away. Because while this specific day, last day or two candles are not really high volume, what we see is that the average volume, though, is very high. It's a very high average volume. And so these two dailies aren't exceptional. What I would be looking for perhaps is maybe we get a break to 2000. And on that break to 2000, I would like to see very high volume. Typically, even in these rallies, when you're exploring new prices, doing some price discovery, you don't get that high volume that stands out, like right here on the 11th. You usually don't get that standing out pillar of volume until a local top is hit. And look, that lines up perfect. You hit this local top and you sell off. Actually, this technically would be the local bottom. High volume to me in crypto usually is a signal of reversal from whatever local movement you're doing. Goes very much against what traditional TA says of volume and confirmation of moves. I don't see it. Almost always reversal in crypto. Not worried about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's trading in range. Wouldn't make sense to have crazy volume. When we zoom out, we see that the average volume is still very up. Very up. It hasn't even... I can't drag that. Hasn't even reached this previous bump back here in April. Come down to it. So, bottom line, I'm not super worried. Especially Bitcoin. Doesn't seem to be a problem. Ethereum, a little more sketch. But when looking at average volume over time, still looks pretty good. Thank you, Sir Dubnet, for the 5. Thank you, thank you. Zill. For Moonboy. Amang. For the man. Zill. This thing was hot back in December until it reached our target. 87.6 cents. Now it just looks like it's consolidating. We have this kissing. I forget what other coin we looked at today that has the 20/50 kissing on the daily. Typically, this is a bullish pattern. Very typically. Certainly, if you stay above the 50 daily, you might have a moving stop loss you can use above the 50 daily. Then you have no issues. If you're in a very tight position, you can even use a 20. Daily momentum in the buy zone. RSI looks pretty darn fine. Let's see. Upside on this baby. I'd be looking for 23 cents. Maybe as low as 21 if I was being conservative. If you fail this rally, you have very strong support at 2.7 cents. You can see it wasn't perfectly back tested, but I'm not too worried about that. 35 cents, never back tested. That would be where I logically would look. I would look in the event of a sell-off for that 35. Really though, I'm looking for 23. We spotted this forever ago here. This is a very bullish macro chart. I can show you why. Very bullish macro chart. Just like so many things we've looked at today, we have the pattern that we love. Inverse head and shoulders. Chart's inverted. So we're seeing regular head and shoulders. What this would suggest is while we might see some kind of selling in ZIL, we're unlikely to go underneath 35. And even if we get that far, we're likely to find support and we're likely to test that previous bottom of the left shoulder here. This is a beautiful inverse head and shoulders. This is over 2 years. This is super macro. Might have some downside. Like, I'm not seeing the downside yet. You might have it, but does it even like matter? Because you're heading for that 23.5 at some point. That's how I see it. I think what's happening right now is we're just seeing a battle with this previous resistance. That's why we're seeing consolidation. And even if we go a little lower, 23.5. I love this chart. I was ecstatic when I spotted this. We spotted this inverse head and shoulders, I want to say back here. I think on this back test at 28 cents we caught it. So it's a great chart. I do like the ZIL chart. Oh man, you know what? I gotta take a pee. Is everybody gonna leave if I take a pee? Maybe I won't say anything. Actually, I'm not taking a pee. Give me 2 secs. Meantime, like, subscribe, hit the bell, get in Discord, check out Patreon. Give me 2 minutes. Tom Jutsu. All right, all right. All right, all right, all right. We're back. Oof, what a day it's been already. All right, so we've gotten a good 2.5 hours in. Unfortunately, as we were saying earlier in the show, yeah, I see why the shills and the bots are out. Yep. Okay. Now here's the crazy part. The next upside target on UMA is 70. 70. Do I think it's going to go to 70 right now? Probably not. Probably not, no. Is it possible? Yes. Do I think it's worth buying at 33 in attempts to get to that 70? No. Not at all. Do I think we see a back test of either 23 or 18? Yep. Here's the issue. You're already halfway to 70. There's so many other things we looked at today that are equal, if not greater upside targets that aren't in the middle of their biggest pump ever. This was the thumbnail of our video today, though. Right here. Quite exciting. But yeah, so as I was saying earlier in the episode, we're currently shadow banned. Go ahead. Try to search for us. You can't. You won't find us. This is what I was talking about. This happens all the time. No idea why it happens. Don't know why it just happened. Looks like it might have happened. Yeah, we topped out on viewers about an hour ago. We might have been going strong, even though we were shadow banned. This is a great reason why you have to be in Discord. YouTube doesn't want you to see our content. Discord bypasses that shadow banning. You'll be able to find our stream no matter what. You'll have a direct link. You'll get an alert. Make sure you're in there. Can't stress that enough. Liking and subscribing. These things help us prevent the shadow banning. But sometimes it just happens. It happens with all live streams, not just crypto stuff. Don't know why. It happens. It sucks, but we get pushed through. I don't know. We continue on anyway. But liking and subscribing helps. So if you haven't yet, please like the stream, subscribe, hit the bell. Discord is the only way to reliably keep up with our streams. We're live every day. If you're new here, you don't know that. We're live every day, so don't worry. Typically, we kind of wrap up the streams when we get shadow banned. I didn't really get to cover half the stuff I wanted to today. That's all right. We looked at a ton of charts already. That was just shotgun style charting. Chart after chart after chart. Swissborg, looking for $1. KSM, approaching 121 again. Love to see that. Break 121, you're looking for 157. Wonderful. S&P, rejected. Dot, searching for that 21 to 24. This seems all but locked away, ready to go. As is. 21 resistance, 24 measured move. Uni looking to break up from this pennant. $25 is where I'd set my sights. UMA. This is a trap. You can smell a trap. Aave, 420 or 5, psychological. You break those levels, you're likely to consolidate, at least see some selling there. You're looking for 671. Bitcoin's looking strong. Market's looking strong. Things are looking good. We're going to be back tomorrow. We are going to be back tomorrow. So I hope you guys join us tomorrow. I guess I just saw John asking about Solana. Can do this quick, but we're wrapping up here. Appreciate you, buddy. So we actually, looks like we've broken, man, we just keep hitting these. We were looking for this, we got it. We were looking for this, we got it. Now we're looking for this. $6.84. That's looking very likely. Very, very likely. RSI is just hanging out there, up high, setting higher lows. Measured move here is 584 on the local, so if you're in a new position, could look to take profit there to $6. We see two 618 extensions line up there, but my longer term goal here for Solana is $6.84. Really did not make too much support on the way up. You have maybe $4.80 and $5. I would say $5 is the likely stronger support of the two. But I'm looking for 684. Thank you, John, my friend, for the Canadian 5. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody here. I know it's a bummer when we get shadow banned and we wrap them up, but we've already been live like 3 hours, and it's just better to just stop stream when you get shadow banned. I know. It sounds lame. I don't know if it's going to announce D. D says shadow ban this. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, D. You're the man. Thank you for the 10. Thank you for the encouragement. Make me feel better about being shadow banned. Fingers crossed we won't be tomorrow. Typically it doesn't happen 2 days in a row. But highly appreciate everybody. Return tomorrow. We'll be live again around the same time. Pop in on Discord. That way you don't have to worry about it. I love you guys. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bitcoin's reaching for that weekly. Yeah, with the way it looks, we might be going live again tonight. We'll see. It's always a bummer when this happens. Anyway, it's been good. Catch you guys in Discord. I'll see you tomorrow. Much love. Happy trades.
It's over 9,000! It's over 9,000!